Hello everyone, back to tuning in to today's second video. Going to have a look at where we're at 10 to 14 days. For today's second video, day 10 will take us to 27th of July. And we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the GFS and ECM ensembles, maybe around a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at the CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. So that's going to get us into the middle part of July almost. So I'll get on with that for you in a moment. Just to say that first video today was our 6 AM upload, so please check out that one if you'd like to see that. Please like, share, subscribe on videos. Thank you so much, everyone. No live stream tonight. I think it's been a little bit too hot here in the towers for me to be doing a stream. I'll be getting a bit too giddy in the heat, I think. So, no live stream this week. We will be back live streaming next Sunday. So, I hope everybody is okay with that. I've got to say thank you so much for getting us to 14,000 subscribers. We have hit 14k today. The subs have gone from 13.3k where we was at for months while I was away having treatment on the mouth and you know, everything else that was going on through the earlier part of the year. But the subs went from 13.3k to 14k in about 5 weeks or so. With Glasso, and then you know, now with the Heatwave and you know, the interest that's bringing in. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to all of you for your support all the time. You're supporting me, and you know, I just want to say thank you so much. So you know, thank you so much for liking, for sharing, subscribing, telling friends and family to subscribe as well, and you know, helping us to build up this community. It's amazing, it's incredible. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. And we will be of course on the grind to 15k from tomorrow. We're going to enjoy 14k today, but from tomorrow we're going to be on the grind 15k, and we'll wait and see how long it gets us to it takes us to get to 15,000 subscribers. Hopefully it won't take us too long. We'll not do a giveaway when we get to 15k, because I suppose that's you know, that's the next sort of milestone, really, get 15k, and then one after that will be 20k, I suppose. So when we get 15k, we'll probably do some sort of giveaway, but of course we've got a lot to get through before we have to worry about that. Thank you so much, everybody, for getting us to 14,000 subscribers. Wow, absolutely amazing. Right, we better have a look at what's going on with this hot weather then. So, it's already hot here. Today the heat is already building, but this is nothing compared to what we're going to have tomorrow. Let's have a quick look at the temperature observations. So we've already got 29 degrees widely there across many parts of central, southern and southeastern England. So we're already well into the 80s Fahrenheit. Those temperatures are just going to rise further from there through the afternoon. I reckon we're going to get up to around 32 or 33 maybe in one or two places by the middle of this afternoon. We'll be probably into the 90s Fahrenheit. Going to be a hot afternoon. It's rather hazy today, but the heat is definitely already starting to build up. Of course, we've got these severe weather warnings from the Met Office. The amber warning's actually been extended to cover more of Scotland and also far western portions of the country as well. So all parts of England and Wales are now under the amber warning, and it has been extended to southeastern, southwestern Scotland as well. That's valid from midnight right way through until midnight on Wednesday. And then, of course, we've got the red alert as well. We've got the red warning here through central parts of England. That, again, valid from midnight through to midnight tonight, through to midnight on Wednesday. And that's covering the central and eastern parts of the country. I am slap bang in the middle of that red alert. National emergency. So how I'm going to get on with this, I don't know. I'm not that keen on extreme heat. So, you know, I'm just going to wait and see. I've got to keep the fluids topped up. I think that's the main thing. Keep cool. Keep doors and windows shut. Curtains closed during the day, of course, so that we don't bring the heat in. And just keep hydrated, I think, is the main thing to do. But it's looking pretty bad, I have to say, this heat spike in the next couple of days. This is confirming that we are at a level 4 emergency. So this is like a national emergency level. when we get to level 4 here. This is issued on Friday, of course, but I will leave the link to this, in the description, as well as the severe weather warnings page. If you are concerned at all about your health in this hot weather, then either contact your GP or call 111. You can dial 999 in an emergency. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. The next couple of weeks on at London today. So the red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for London. We're already quite hot at the moment at 15 degrees at 858. That's like standard hot weather, temperature level, get temperature to 30 degrees. But we're going to go up a lot more from there in the next 24 hours. So by this time tomorrow, we'll be up here somewhere. Over 20 degrees at 850 HPA, and we say that in Tuesday as well, so we're between 20 and 25 degrees. Actually taking a little bit longer to come down with the upper air temperatures, they're extending on a couple more hours, but they do eventually come down by around Wednesday to Thursday. We see those upper air temperatures return back closer to the long-term average, and then we say reasonably close to long-term average through the last week of July, although we continue to see one or two very hot outlier members reappearing there for the closing days of July. So there are one or two ensemble members that are still trying to bring extreme levels of heat back again. We have to keep an eye on that. Once you get one of these heat spikes, it can become a repeating pattern. So we're just going to keep a close eye on that. The heat won't be all that far away over France, and we could bring it back up, if everything lines up. However, they are outliers at the moment, and so the general idea is that we get the heat spike, we get the cool down, and then we probably are rather warm, but not excessively hot through the last week of July. Precipitation-wise, lots of dry weather over the next 2 or 3 days. There could be some wet weather with the breakdown, could be some fun with that, and then rather showery as we go through the last week of July. Looks a little bit more of an unsettled flavour to the weather then. Temperature anomalies on the 17th of July to 25th are very substantially above average, and precipitation anomalies from the 17th to 25th of July are drier than normal too. The latest info on that from earthnoschool.net shows signs of trouble. We're talking about this. The high pressure is now, it's trying to get highlighter working, the high pressure is now more towards our east, and what that's doing is beginning to pull the wind in from the east and from the south and from off the continent. So we have extreme heat sitting just to our south, and as the wind turns into the south, that will start to pull up that extreme heat. So let's have a look at the temperature forecast then from several months. We're going to begin with the GFS midnight run. So tomorrow, GFS midnight run is forecasting temperatures to be around 37, 38, 39 degrees. So that is already a record-breaking level of temperature. Potentially tomorrow, 39 would be a new UK temperature record. It's around 102 Fahrenheit. I think that. So an exceptionally hot day, most parts of England and Wales tomorrow, leading to an exceptionally warm night, with again temperatures holding up at around mid to upper 20s Celsius. And then we go through into Tuesday, and we have an even hotter day. So at 9 a.m, we've already got a temperature in much of the southeast and Midlands at around 34 or 35 or 36 degrees. We're already like mid-90s Fahrenheit at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, and that just allows the temperature to get hotter through the day. So by 3 in the afternoon, we're above 40 degrees there across most eastern, central eastern areas. So 40, 41, 40 degrees is about 104 Fahrenheit, exceptionally hot. Absolutely unbelievably hot there with GFS midnight run across most eastern parts of the country on Tuesday. Things begin to come down a little bit with the temperature after that, but even into Wednesday, still pretty warm in the east. So we're talking about 30, 31 there across the eastern areas on Wednesday. Just taking a little bit longer on today's GFS output to get the heat out of the way. But obviously that's a lot cooler than it is on Tuesday, even at 30 or 31 degrees. The GFS 6 there, again, showing a very hot day tomorrow with temperatures around 37 or 38 degrees. We might pop up 39 in one or two places, so already record-breakingly hot tomorrow. And yeah, it does get the temperature up to 39 in some of these southeastern parts through 3 o'clock in the afternoon. An extraordinarily hot night on Monday night as well, so we can't discount that. And these very hot temperatures by day and very hot temperatures at night are going to put people's bodies under a lot of stress. I can't emphasise this enough. It's the hot nights in particular, actually, that will be putting people's bodies under a lot of stress and strain. So this is potentially quite a deadly sort of heat wave, I have to say, and we may get fatalities, unfortunately, from this. Hopefully not, but we might do, because people are going to be under a lot of strain if they're already physically unwell, in particular. So a very, very hot night on Monday night into Tuesday. The temperatures again mid to upper 20 Celsius. That leads to an extraordinarily hot start to Tuesday. So again, by 9 a.m. we've already got temperature into the mid 30 Celsius, 35, 36, even 37 there across parts of eastern England, which at 9 a.m. is just unbelievable. By 1 in the afternoon, we're widely up to like 40, 41 degrees. This is an upgrade, by the way, from the GFS. The GFS is still upgrading these hot temperatures. Even though we're very close now to the time frame, we are still seeing the heat being upgraded. So by 1 in the afternoon, widely up to 40 or 41 degrees there across many central and eastern parts of the country. And we do, in fact, get up to 42 degrees across parts of eastern England. 42 is about 107 Fahrenheit. Again, we're widely sort of 40, 41 degrees. This is very, very dangerous, deadly level of heat, I'm afraid. Further north and west, it's not as hot as that, but it is very hot for Scotland and Northern Ireland, or for Scotland anyway. The temperatures into the upper 20s Celsius. Northern Ireland actually starts to cool down a little bit. Wales also looking very hot, and the heat begins to drain a little bit as we go into Wednesday, but it's still a very warm, hot day across these eastern parts of the country. The UK Met Euro Run temperature forecast for weather outlooks like that. So tomorrow, hot temperatures into the mid 20 Celsius, not quite making it to the 38 or 39 though, that the GFS is predicting, and then even hotter on Tuesday, getting up to 38 or 39 degrees, but just short of the 40, 41, 42 that the GFS was going for there. A much more comfortable day when we get through into Wednesday, but still very warm in the east and the southeast. The high resolution arpège model for 8 a.m. tomorrow morning shows temperatures already sort of mid 20s Celsius, so a very warm start, to say the least. Tomorrow morning gets hotter and hotter. And through the afternoon, by 3 in the afternoon, arpège has a temperature up to around 37 or 38 degrees, going above 100 Fahrenheit through the course of tomorrow afternoon. Widely across England and Wales. Really hot night on Monday night as well, with temperatures again mid to upper 20s Celsius, particularly in towns and cities. And so by the time we get through to 9 a.m. on Tuesday, we're already into the low to mid 30s Celsius, well above 90 Fahrenheit at 9 a.m. there with arpège. It gets hotter and hotter through the day. And arpège also lifting the temperature up to 40 or maybe even 41 degrees across some of these eastern parts of England, which again is an extraordinary prediction, extraordinary forecast that we see there from arpège, but going above 40 degrees Celsius there on Tuesday afternoon, leading to a very warm, hot evening on Tuesday evening. Temperatures beginning to slide a little bit, perhaps back in towards below lower 20 Celsius by early Wednesday. GWD Icon again looks very warm tomorrow morning as we start the day. It gets hotter through the day. The temperatures again up to 37 or 38 degrees widely across many parts of England and Wales. That's about 100 in Fahrenheit or over 100 in Fahrenheit. We have a very, very hot night with Icon overnight. Monday and Tuesday, temperatures again low to or mid to upper 20 Celsius for most parts of England and Wales. That leads to a hotter day on Tuesday, with temperatures again up to 39, 40 or maybe even 41 degrees across some of these eastern parts of England. So 40 Celsius being breached on many of these models now. Quite scary, quite frightening. This is dangerous stuff. into Wednesday, again, very warm day, temperature like 27, 28, 29 degrees, possibly even reaching 30, but much lower compared to the day before, obviously. And then Thursday looks even more comfortable, actually, temperature down into below 20 Celsius. So a cool down taking place after this tremendous heat for the early part of the week. And then we've got UKV, which looks like that again. We've got the temperature early tomorrow morning into below 20 Celsius already. It just gets hotter as the day goes on. So by the middle of the afternoon tomorrow, UKV also suggesting temperatures up to 37, 38, possibly even 39 degrees across these eastern parts of the country. Record-breakingly hot, not quite 40, but record-breakingly hot tomorrow across many of those central and eastern regions. Into the evening, it stays extremely warm to hot, temperatures only falling into the mid 20 Celsius in many areas, especially the towns and cities, some places holding up in the upper 20 Celsius even. And so that leads us into a very, very hot start on Tuesday. So by 9 a.m, UKV is also suggesting temperatures are going to be like 34, 35 degrees in some parts of central eastern England. That is mid-90s Fahrenheit at 9 a.m. I can't believe I'm saying this, really, but, you know, I'm still expecting a downgrade, but if anything, this is being upgraded, actually, I think. It's actually being upgraded. 3 in the afternoon, we've got widespread temperatures there. Across many parts of central eastern England, up to 40 degrees. Some places are going to 41 and 42 degrees. 42 degrees is 107 in Fahrenheit. I'm lost for words, really. We go into the evening and we find that it stays very, very hot through the evening. Then overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday, the temperature does begin to cool down. We start to lower the temperature back. Something a little bit more sensible through Wednesday. So much more comfortable by then, and into the second half of the week, much more comfortable temperatures too. This is dangerous, deadly heat that we're looking at here, both by day and by night. So people are going to have to take care with this. You know, you are going to have to take care. Make sure, number one priority is to make sure you're hydrated. And you know, it's looking nasty. Right, well, let's send out beyond that. So this is how the UKMIT Euro is looking for Wednesday, with trough low pressure pushing through the country, ending the heat wave. Then we find high pressure building just out to our west before low pressure comes up from the south. It's low pressure coupling on wet weather with some of the southeast areas next weekend. That'll be quite a cool wet scenario for next weekend with that area of low pressure. Icon looks like that. Again, that trough is pushing through, ending the heat wave on Wednesday. Then we're into higher pressure. Again to weekend, we've got low pressure out to our west with some ridging to the east. And Icon actually isn't all that far from pulling the heat back from the south again, actually, by this time next week. So that's one to keep an eye on. GFS midnight run, again, the trough of low pressure, ending the thundery conditions, or ending the hot weather, maybe with thundery conditions for the middle part of the week. Into the weekend, looks a little bit showery, but the charts look rather flabby, you know, patterns look rather flabby. So, quite a high pressure in the south-southwest, always lower pressure though up in the north, brings some cloud, wind, rain in off the Atlantic into more northern areas, perhaps through the last week of July, but relatively warm and dry down south. GFS 6Z, again, that trough low pressure ends the heat wave on Wednesday, possibly with thunder, although it doesn't look like it's a classic thundery scenario, but still time for that. We might have a look at like thundery potential with Stormwatch or something tomorrow. I'll see how I'm coping with the heat. I've got to do 10 to 14 day tomorrow, so that might be all that I can manage. I'll just have to see how I'm getting on with it. Anyway, by the time we get through to like the second half of the week, we're pulling in the wind from the northwest, so temperature will be lowering through second half of the week, but still quite a dry weather, although east air is probably rather showery over the weekend, and that ridge of high pressure, lots of dry weather coming through then, and quite warm too. And then in the extreme range, after day 10, begin to turn cooler, quite significantly cooler, with winds into the northwest or the north, and more unsettled and showery as well. And then low pressures in, I think, through the early part of August. A lot of variation with these bowls for the last week of July, so I'm not sure if any of them really have a pattern completely pinned down, though, for the last week of July yet. And GM, if you enjoyed the video, by the way, please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for doing that. Tomorrow we're going to start the grind to 15,000 subscribers. I'll be hitting 14k today. Thank you so much. Right, GM, again, that trough of low pressure pushing through the country on Wednesday, bringing showery conditions, and then high pressure originating from off the Atlantic into the weekend. So quite a drive over myself, always more showery though, I would have thought, up in the north with the GM, and then just generally turning more unsettled really around days 8, 9, 10, with low pressure in the south bringing showers or longer spells of rain. And then the ECM WF looks like that again, the chop pushing through the country on Wednesday, could trigger and thunder, should lower the temperature though. And then over the weekend, all looking rather slack, but low pressure probably quite close, so showers, longer spells of rain increasingly likely maybe over the weekend and into the early part of following week. That's day 10 with high pressure ridging in from off the Atlantic again. These are the this would be precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from TibetShow.com. Quickly drive over the next few days. That's the breakdown. That's breakdown day. That's 6 a.m. Wednesday. So see, there's a few showers and storms scattered about. Doesn't look tremendously wet and stormy, I have to say, but perhaps in the east there might be some showers and downpours and whatnot. And then over the weekend turns quite wet in the south, actually. That could be a bit of a deluge next weekend across more southern areas, with further showers and longer spells rain then in off the Atlantic up towards day 10. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensemble day 4, day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office gets us to 27th of July. 16 mils of ECM ensembles with low pressure to the east, high pressure to the west, and winds coming in from a westerly direction, so rather showery, a little bit on the cool side with that. About 16 with high pressure, another 16 with high pressure to our west, low pressure to the northeast, all looking rather slack and maybe a bit showery. 13 with low pressure over the country, high pressure around Greenland, that looks quite cool and wet. And then 6 with high pressure to the east and low pressure to the west would bring up wind from a hot southerly direction with that. That's returning us back to pretty hot conditions. And in 2 weeks' time, this is the option that we've got. Gets us to the first day of August today, last month of this summer, meteorological summer, with high pressure away to the northwest and also over France, and then slacker gradients through there, but probably still a little bit on the showery side. And then lastly, the CFSB2, these are 500 millibar high times break down into week periods. The first week period takes the 17th to 3rd of July. The coming week has high pressure over top of the country. We know that for a while anyway, it is going to be very, very, very hot. Week 2 will be the 24th to 30th of July with low pressure again just to our east. High pressure is out to the west. Winds coming in from the north or northeasterly direction. That could be rather cool, showery and a little bit on the wet side. Week 3 will be the 31st of July to 6th of August. Low pressure just to our north. That brings in the wind from the west. Again, that's probably quite showery. And then week 4 will be the 7th to the 13th of August with high pressure over Scandinavia and winds going into an east or southeasterly direction. That could be bringing hotter air back in from off the continent. Once more there, could that be another heat spike in the second week of August? Long way off, so I have to wait and see. Right, if you enjoyed the video, if anything you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for doing that. Don't forget to tell your friends and family to subscribe as well, and drop a comment. Let us know about this and all of our videos. We thank you so much for doing that, and also, of course, for getting us to 14,000 subscribers. Wow, 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 what a milestone. 14k. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for getting us there. Right, well, that's it. That's brought you up to date with all of this, with all of the latest on the hot weather. It's gonna be pretty bad, you know. It's gonna be nasty tomorrow. Overnight tomorrow night and on Tuesday. So we just got to look after ourselves, keep hydrated, check on, you know, vulnerable neighbours and whatnot and family members, and we will get through it, but we are in for a couple of pretty grim days. you know, when we're reaching this level of heat day and night, not cooling things down by night, but the stress, you know, just increases. So thank you so much for hearing the message, not only from me but also from the weather agencies and whatnot. And you know, we'll get through it, but we've got to look after ourselves. Right, so that's it then. I'd say no live stream tonight. We're going to be back live streaming next Sunday, however. So live stream coming up next Sunday, I'm sure. But for today's videos, that's all for now. And thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.